everyone. I decided to give my husband's grandmother, Sylvia, a call for my Elder Wisdom interview. And she's someone I really look up to, and I love hearing her stories about growing up in England. So she told me she grew up with 5 older siblings. Her oldest sister was actually 20 years older than her, and Sylvia referred to her as a war bride because she got married during World War II, and Sylvia was just being born during World War II. They grew up in a town called Whittlesea. I looked it up on Whittlesea, pictures of Whittlesea.com, and it turns out it's a very historical town. It's located just outside of Cambridge, and it's not too far from London. You could make a day trip. But the most interesting fact about it was that it really flourished during medieval times, and you can tell from all the architecture and cathedrals there. It's just really beautiful. Really hope me and my husband can make a trip there one day and just see some of his family and see the town. That would be amazing. But Sylvia went on to tell me about how she met her husband, Jerry. Jerry was an American stationed at the military base Alconbury, and she and a friend went to a dance that they were having on the base, and Jerry asked Sylvia to dance, and they kind of hit it off from there. Eventually, she took Jerry home to meet Mom and Dad, and they weren't so sure at first. She said her dad would refer to him as a Yank or a Yankee, and I thought that was funny, so I went to National Geographic to see why British people always refer to Americans as Yanks. And it turns out it's actually their term. We just stole it because that's what they referred to the 13 colonies during the Revolutionary War, just kind of to make fun of them and call them stupid, I guess. So we kind of stole the term. But they dated for about a year, and then Jerry had to go back to America. But he wrote her every day, and they wanted to get married. So after a little less than a year of long distance, Jerry went back to England and married her and moved her over here. That was a really hard decision for Sylvia because she was close to her mom and dad and her sisters, and she did have a good life in England. She says things that she really missed out on were just she never got to see her high school friends again or go to school reunions, and when her mom got sick and died and her dad died, she ended up missing both of their funerals because she had 2 young kids at home, and it's just impossible to travel with young kids. I know that. And also just lack of funds. It's really expensive to go back and forth to England. So she missed out on a lot family-wise to come here. But she's made a very good life here. She's retired from a local bank. Her and Jerry have built the house that they live in. It's very nice. She has 4 grandchildren, one of which is my husband, and she has 3 great-grandchildren, and of course I'm responsible for 2 of those, and she is the best grandma. We can absolutely count on her for anything still. She's very active, and she says even though moving to a whole new continent for love was a hard decision, she doesn't regret it. It was a good one. She gained lots of good things, built a family here, and I guess, sometimes love is worth it. I guess I would know. My husband actually joined the military because both of his grandparents were in the military, and I stayed here for about a year and said to heck with it and married him and moved on base too, so totally understand her decision there. But anyways, it was great getting to talk to her and learning all these things about her. I hope you all enjoyed it too.